Hi guys, welcome to Back to Fishing, and in today's video I have finally this keyboard with me, which is the MX Mechanical Mini by Logitech. And right now during the Black Friday this was at a considerable discount, and so I purchased this. But again, before opening, I have some doubts with it because you can see the I have purchased this with Amazon, and you can see this seal is missing on these two sides. You can see here, and it seems as if this has been opened once, and at the back also if I see, they have simply taped it. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is used or what it is, so let's just open and see. So I'm cutting this now. And by the way, before opening, this is the linear switches, and this is what you're going to get in India if you purchase this from Flipkart or Amazon. They don't mention which switch these have, but whenever you order, you'll get this red switches only, the linear ones. And by the way, this comes in three kinds: the brown switches, the red ones, and the blue ones, I think. So let's open and first see. Okay, so the keyboard seems to be here. And okay, so here I think I have the USB. Okay, so this is the Logitech's bolt receiver. Okay, and this we're going to get basically if you purchase the keyboard for Windows. If you go for the Mac variant, so I think this will not be there. Okay, because Logitech is under the assumption that all Mac devices come with Bluetooth connectivity, so that should be the standard. And by the way, the packaging is good. My only gripe with Amazon is that this seems to be opened earlier as well. So this was the black box, and here we have this manuals and guides. Okay, you can just keep it aside. This is the charging cable. It's not braided. Comes with the Logitech's logo with type A on one side and type C on the other. And here we have it. This to basically fold it or wrap it together, and this seems to be around 1 meter in length. So let's keep this aside and let's check if nothing else is there. Okay, so this is the keyboard itself, the Logitech's MX series, and I flip it to the other side. So yeah, this is solid aluminum, and here we have the charging cable, the on off switch, and here we have the rubberized pads. And essentially if we keep it down, we can just plop this up as well, and this plops it up at 8 degrees. You can either plop it up or you can just keep it flat down as well. And this all are the mechanical switches. Okay, and this is red. These switches you can see here also. If you can see, these are all the red switches. And unfortunately the Logitech doesn't give the keycap remover with it. And this is the 10 keyless, and here is how it will sound. So this is the red switches, so it's not as tactile as other mechanical keyboards, but yeah, the noise is on the lower side, and the actuation point is very low, so we can easily just press and the keys gets actuated immediately. So let's just try to turn this on. So okay, now this is turned on. You can see the light here. And by the way, this is one of the few keyboards which comes with the ambient backlighting, which means that I can simply, let's say, trying to turn on the backlight. Okay, so after an hour of tinkering with it, I finally managed to essentially connect this with the Logitech port receiver and to my computer in the Logi Options Plus. So basically the issue that I was facing with this keyboard was that these pairing keys, they were not working simply. So now you see, if I just long press this, see, this starts blinking. So this shows that now the keyboard is in pairing mode, and it will be detected in the Logi Options Plus software as well, and also on the Bluetooth of the computers. But this was not working initially. So do you know the reason why? So if I just try to, let's say, get it out of the pairing mode. Okay, let me just turn it off now. So turning this off and turning it back on. Okay, so right now it is working, as you can see. But now let's say, what if I press the function and escape? See, this is the function lock. Okay, so if I press function and escape, now see, the function keys have been enabled and the top ones have been disabled. So now if I try to use the pairing mode, you will see nothing will happen. So you can see I'm long pressing this key, but still nothing's happening. So this is how it was working when I first got this keyboard. So this was somehow enabled, the function lock, so I was unable to simply pair this with my computer. So I had to search a lot, and on Reddit finally I got that answer that we have to press that function plus escape to enable the top keys, and then you can pair. So if you are facing that issue, you can just press function plus escape to fix it. Now let's come to the typing experience. So the typing experience is pretty good. I will not say it is as good as a mechanical, or should I say a proper mechanical keyboard like the even the budget ones, the Zebronics that I have one, Zen Ninja Max. So that has essentially very clicky keys, but here the keys are a bit soft, and these are like half kind of keys. These are not full size keys. Okay, and this is a 10 keyless keyboard, so you can see I don't have a number pad now, but I didn't use it much, so I was looking for this model. And earlier I used to have this keyboard. Okay, this is again by Logitech, and this is the full size keyboard. So you can see there is slight what to say, the slight reduction in the area of the keyboard, which brings my mouse closer to the keyboard. So now you can see, if I replace this keyboard with this new one, now I can keep my mouse closer, and it helps a lot in ergonomics in my day-to-day works. And that's again, I'll use it for a couple of days and see how this fares. And apart from that, as far as I'm able to get this, it's a decent keyboard, and there you can see the typing. So these are the red linear switches, and right now it's a slight wobble. I think it's on the mouse pad. Yeah, now it's better. So you can see this is the kind of response that you're going to get. And yeah, since these are linear switches, you don't need to fully press this. Even with half press, this is going to register. So even if you press it slightly, it's going to register the click. Okay, and if you go for the brown switches or the blue switches, then there you need to fully press it. Those are very clicky and tactile. And yeah, it's again up to preference. And I think this is not bad. It makes the least amount of noise. Okay, and yeah, even with half actuation, I can simply press it. So not very hard on the fingers, and the keys itself are very soft to touch, and this entire base is made of solid aluminum. Okay. And if I just turn this around, so here you can see this is the place where the battery is housed. So this is the battery housing. So if you want to replace the battery anytime, you just need to peel this sticker off, and then you will get the screws which you can open and replace the batteries. And the base, this is sadly plastic. Okay, this part is plastic, but the top part is aluminum. And apart from that, this has its keyboard lighting. Okay, the backlight, which is only in white, it doesn't have RGB since it is a productivity focused keyboard. And see, this is the minimum settings that I have. I can go all the way to max, and this is the maximum brightness of the keyboard. And apart from this, the battery life is pretty decent. Okay, so you'll get around a month of usage with the backlighting on, and without the backlighting on, it can go for around 6 months to a year also. It again depends on your usage habits and everything. And you can see it has this hand sensor as well. So if I don't keep my hand near, then in sometimes you will notice that the backlight will automatically like turn off. Okay, and then once I bring my hand so near the keyboard, then the backlighting will then again come on. So I have been using this keyboard for around a month now, and here is my final take on this. So is it worth the price? Definitely yes. And should you buy it? So again, it depends upon what you need. Like if you are here for a productivity focused keyboard, then yeah, this is the right choice for you. If not, you have many other options. There are cheaper keyboards which have RGB. Some have other features like wider selection of the keys. As you can so see, this has only red keys in India, sadly. And yeah, some are cheaper as well. Again, now there are some things which I do not like about this keyboard, and I just want to list them out one by one. So first is that this spacebar. So if you look at this closely, so see this spacebar is like a kind of a proprietary key of Logitech. So here this has two holdings over here, and in the middle we have at the center the red key. Okay, so the issue with this is that if anytime in future if you want to basically replace this, then you cannot. This has to be the same MX Mechanical spacebar key. You cannot replace this with any other key, while that is not true for the other keys. So apart from the spacebar, all other keys you can just remove and replace with other brands keys also. That would be fine because they are all same apart from only the spacebar. And that I don't know why Logitech did. That shouldn't have happened at this price point at least. The second thing over here is the backlighting. So the backlighting is good, and in all the keys it's almost perfect until you look at this top row. So if you look here closely, I can increase the backlight. So see, even at max backlight, you can see what is happening. The keys at the top, like this, the backlight keys, the voice, emojis, etc. These are getting lit up bright and clear, but the keys at the bottom, the F1, F2, F3, these are not lit up at all. So that is something which Logitech should have kept in mind given its price. You could have included like better lights here, or maybe two somehow. Okay, and same is true for here as well on the right hand side at the bottom. So you can see these, there are these couple of keys which do not have that lighting. Okay, so one part is lit up, the other part is not. Then after that, the third thing over here is these keys. So here you can see the question mark and slash, so they are both on the same line. Okay, so first we have this backslash and then the question mark. First we have the dot and then this greater than sign. Okay, and this sometimes can be confusing if you are like new to typing. So you might like be confused at what to do. First, should I just, if I just press this, then will it register the slash or the question mark? In the more traditional keyboards, you will see the slash would be down and the question mark would be at the top to show that okay, simple tap is a slash, shift and the tap is a question mark. But that's not here, and I understand the reason. The reason is that this same lighting thing, if they put them like below and top, then these would also be half lit. Again, same you can see with the number keys also, they are next to each other instead of one being down and the other being at the top. And then the next thing again about the keys only is these keys. So I don't know, this is Windows focused, and we also have the gray one for Mac. But still for some reason Logitech is giving this start and this weird symbol. I don't know, we should have got the Windows logo over here because that's what we are more familiar with. But again, I think this is for professionals, and so Logitech assumes that we might not always look at the keys, right? So they have just given the start, and I don't know what is this symbol. I think it might be something related to the Mac. I'm not aware, but again, I would have preferred a Windows symbol over here. That looked better in my sense. And then the final thing with the keys is the function key again. So the function key ideally should have been placed right over here between this start and alt, or somewhere here after the alt. Okay, so at these 2-3 places it should have been placed. Why? Because see, right now the function lock is off, so whenever I press, I can use the top keys. But let's say I want to quickly rename a folder. So I generally tend to use this F2, but if I now press just F2, this will go into the pairing mode, right? Which is not ideal. So to press F2, I need to first press the function and then F2. And now you can see this, I need both my hands on the keyboard to do this operation. But instead, if the function was over here, let's say, then I could have just pressed the function here and F2 here. And I cannot keep this in function lock also every time, because I also use the top keys a lot. Most the emoji ones and this screenshot. And sometimes this also, the mute unmute keys. So that's the next thing. And that was pretty much it from my side on the keys. But one last thing before going is the base. So the base, as I told you, is a combination. So the bottom part, this is plastic, whereas the other half, the top half of the keyboard, is aluminum. And due to this, there is this weird kind of thing in this keyboard, that if I just plop the legs of the keyboard, and now if I just place it on my table, and I don't know if this is for my table only or something else, but you can see there is a very little wobble here. Okay, and this is coming no matter where I am placing this keyboard on my table. Okay, but again, this has its solution, and this might be unit specific, might be some defect on my specific keyboard also. Okay, so I cannot say this for all MX Mechanical Minis out there, you can confirm. Okay, but we can fix this if I use this with a mousepad, if I keep the mousepad within inside, and then if I try, then it works perfectly fine. And also for some reason this works perfectly fine when I keep it at the corner, top corner right side of my basically desk over there. So there it works somehow, but not on other parts of my desk. So it might be some issue with the desk as well, I cannot say for sure. So that was pretty much it from my side regarding the review of this keyboard. And if you have any questions, or if you are facing any difficulties with this keyboard, you can just let me know in the comment section. I would answer each and every comment of yours and would try to help you as much as possible. So do like this video and hype this video so that this can reach to a greater and a bigger audience, and do subscribe to my channel for more such content, as this mouse is the next what I'm going to replace. This is the M235, and I'm just waiting for the MX Master 4 to just launch in India. So once the MX Master 4 launches in India, then I will be able to replace my mice as well. Okay, so that was all. Thanks for watching, and bye bye, take care.